My name is Anna, and I have three kids. I have two daughters, and my youngest is a boy. His name is Soren, and he's 6 years old now. And he has epilepsy. He was diagnosed with Deuce syndrome when he was 4 years old. Soren has tonic-clonic seizures. That's what we noticed first. And then about a month after he started having tonic-clonic seizures, he started having myoclonic seizures, which a lot of people will refer to as a drop seizure. They started him on Keppra initially, and I'm not sure if they helped with the seizures or not. They didn't make them go away completely, and it put him in a terrible mood. And it was really unbearable. And it was unbearable. I think we did it for about a month and a half. And I just told his neurologist that we couldn't live this way. Because Soren is very sweet and even keeled. And he, just an easygoing, sweet kid. And the day after he started Keppra, he had an 1.5 hour long tantrum. And it was awful. I just remember crying and thinking, how can I possibly live my life this way? And, they told me, well, yeah, that's pretty common, but that side effect tends to fade away with time. And it got a little bit better, but it still was like walking on eggshells around him all the time. And he was just unhappy and angry. And I imagine, he was about to turn 4, and he just didn't understand, what was happening to him or why he felt that way. And it was really hard to deal with him, that sort of behavior, but also to watch him struggle like that just broke my heart. We added lamotrigine while he was still on the Keppra, which was supposed to help to counterbalance the effects of the negative mood. And we also tried adding, it was B6, a supplement to help with his mood. And the lamotrigine helped with the myoclonic seizures. And he actually is still taking lamotrigine, also known as Lamictal. Other drugs that we tried when we took away the Keppra include, he was on Onfi for a while, valproic acid, which didn't work well for him. I know it works really well for some people, but it was not the right drug for him. It made him very loopy and confused. And let's see. He was on topiramate for a while, which worked well, and he stayed on both topiramate and lamotrigine until he'd been on the diet for a year. And once he'd been on the diet for a year, he had been seizure-free for a couple of months, and we decided that it was time to try taking away the topiramate, because it does impair your cognitive skills, your thinking, and it definitely was slowing him down. It made learning really hard for him. So that was really nerve-wracking to wean him off of that medication, because we had just gotten seizure freedom and I was so afraid of losing it. And I was just a mess for a couple of months. We did a really long, slow wean off of that medication to try to make it as easy as possible on his body and on his brain as he adjusted to not having that medication anymore. And it went really well. And so now we're just down to doing the diet and doing lamotrigine. You almost get superstitious about things, I'm definitely less motivated now to take away the lamotrigine because that one is not known for having side effects other than a rash that's super uncommon, but some people get, and he's been on it so long now that, we know that's not a problem for him. And he's learning again and being way more creative. And but yeah, we're planning to try taking him off of it at some point. We just haven't decided when that's going to be. And I'm so sorry because it is so hard. Allow yourself time to feel, and just try to be patient with yourself as you are learning and trying to find the right solution for the person that you love, or even for yourself if you're the one that has been diagnosed with epilepsy. I think the most important thing for us was having a doctor that we've really trusted. And I've heard a lot. I feel like we were very lucky in that the neurologist that we were assigned to was an incredible fit for us from the beginning. And it was one of the challenges of deciding to start the diet, because we had to leave her and go to a new neurologist. But I think if you can find a doctor who is really responsive, who encourages you to be as communicative as possible. We let our neurologist know every time he had a seizure, a big tonic-clonic seizure. And I would email her weekly about how many myoclonic seizures he was having. And I think also following your gut, if you feel like something is not working or something is not right, to really not be afraid to tell your care provider, your doctor, your nurse practitioner, whoever you're seeing, about what's going on, and push for what you think is right. And hopefully if you find a doctor who's a good fit, they're going to value that feedback from you, and use that in a way that is going to direct your care, your child's care, in the right direction. I really think communication is very key in finding that right treatment. Try to find a new doctor if you're not meshing with the one that you have. It can make a huge difference. Oh yes, absolutely, 100% worth it. I would do it again, and I think the only thing that I would do differently would be to try to start him on the diet sooner. But hindsight is 2020, right?